Hey Clashers, this is Shingen from DeathAngel2.0. This is my first YouTube video. Hopefully I'm doing very well and don't mess it up. So what I wanted to do on my first video as a YouTube test is basically go over our last war and promote the clan, so this is basically our last war that we did. It was versus Wall Houses, a pretty good clan, I would say. Overall we won it, and I got the highest attack, but overall on the clan we did very well. As you can see, our average destruction was 96%, so it's pretty good, and we did get 16 3-stars out of it. Now I am very self-critical, so before I go onto the main attack where I got the best attack, I like to basically go on my first fail, and this is basically me attacking 6. Now my attack versus 6 was a go wipe, as you can see by the formation, and whenever you're using a go wipe at TH8, your main concern is the wall breakers. Why? Because if the wall breakers fail to make that entry, your whole attack is basically a fail. And in this case, my wall breakers did the job. However, they kind of overdid it, and because they overdid it, that created lots of pockets, and this leads to basically my fail, which is my P.E.K.K.A.s. As you can see here, my P.E.K.K.A.s, if there's one thing that you have to understand on go wipe, the P.E.K.K.A.'s main job is to go in center. If the P.E.K.K.A.s fail going in center, you're in big trouble. And in this case, as you can see, my P.E.K.K.A.s went sideways, and to make it worse, my king decided that he had more important matters to take care of than the town hall. So this led to basically a 50% 1-star fail. Fail because as a co-leader, the last thing you want is a 1-star on your first attack. So next, the one that I want to show here is basically the reply from 6. So 6 attacked me back, and he decided that he was going to use what we call, I believe, a drag hoe, which is an unusual attack nowadays because most people go ho, or they'll go something like a hoe weave attack, but yeah, so he used the drag hoe on me. Now my fail here mainly is that this isn't actually my war base. This is what I call a camouflage war base. In my case, 2 of my war bases are actual war bases, and one of them is camouflage, and in here I kind of forgot to switch my war base, and this led to basically this situation. Now good thing about it here is he failed to 3-star me. Sorry for the spoilers. But yeah, I was really hoping hard that they don't go back and try to 3-star me here, because this is arguably my weakest base out of my 3 war bases. I like this base because it's kind of cool looking, but at the same time, it's not as powerful as you want it to be. So the next attack that I want to show here is basically our top defense that was done by one of our elders, LAR. Now in LAR's base is pretty good because dragon wise he has level 6 air defense, which is generally a very I would say the most important things to have whenever you're town hall 8 and more, because that kind of prevents you from mainly getting 3-starred in dragoon attacks and things like that. In the attackers, though, kind of did botched up the attack, As you can see, he tried to funnel in, but he put too many dragons in the center. And not only that, but he put it in front of the air sweepers, which is a bad thing to do, because if the air sweepers keep pushing it out, your dragons are pretty much doomed. And not only that, but his second biggest mistake was the fact that he sent his balloons on the other side. Now, balloons are very fragile, and they should be sent behind the dragons. In his case, because he sent it alone, those balloons got massacred by the air defense. So that was the fail. Good on Elior to basically get that defensive win. Now finally, to finish up my attack. Now as you can see, this attack is done on a base that we're pretty much all familiar in YouTube. It is done by a famous clasher, ClashofCam. Cam's base, this is his old TH8 base. Nothing against Cam, I love his videos, they're great. I actually watch them every time he shows up. And in his case here, what's happened is, since I knew pretty much this base, I was a little bit more confident, so I sent my Dragloons there. And they pretty much did what they're supposed to do. You know, they funneled in, they got the town hall, and they were in. And to make it worse for this guy, since I knew where the Teslas are pretty much in, once I figured out the first two, I kind of waited for the last Tesla to pop up so that I can send my king on it, to basically avoid the 3-star situation. Cam right now uses a similar basis for his TH8, but I believe he made it anti 3-star by putting the Teslas away on corners. And I kind of follow one of his bases as well, so I kind of follow a similar type of base, but I did my own modification to make meet my needs. Hopefully that base is also being anti 3-star, so it's working well. So good on Cam to show us that base. Final thing I wanted to do is basically show you what I do when I'm off war, and this is on my second account. This is as you're familiar with, is what we call a balloonian. So yeah, I needed loot and I found a victim. Sorry, Hybrid. I believe you're a Steelers fans from Pittsburgh. You know, everything just clicked in this case. My balloons, I sent it in 2 ways, and this kind of confused the air sweeper, which was great because once it concentrated in one side, the other section of balloons went in and got to the air sweeper. But not only that, but they managed also to get the air defense, and this is without another heal spell, which I felt relieved when that happened, because that meant that, you know, I was going to 3-star this base and I was going to get all the loot, which is great. So thank you, Hybrid, for helping the cause of war, because whenever you're in war and you happen to be core leaders, we spend a lot of dollars on our elixirs and not always getting them back, so every bit helps. And yeah, so this is a Balloonian, one of my favorite attacks. In fact, one of my goals whenever I become TH9 and either account is to level those balloons to level 6, because that's a high demand for us, since a lot of us use dragons. Dragloons is the best attack for a dragon attack, and you know, whenever we don't have enough people supplying with the loons, well, that's where we generally lag in war. So good on the balloons to basically fulfill this attack. Now, final thing I want to point out is, if you are interested in DeathAngel2.0, please let us know. We are interested in recruiting new members. What we're looking for mainly is TH9s at this point and some TH7s. Reason being is, again, it's for the war efforts. We have a very strong core of TH8s who generally get most of the stars, and we need help with the Town Hall 9s. Of course, if you're a Town Hall 9, our request is that you're not a rush Town Hall 9s, because that doesn't help us a lot. So that's that. This is Shingen from DeathAngel2.0. Hopefully my first video wasn't a terrible one. I hope to make more of these and possibly improve my YouTube skills along with it. So thank you very much and have a great day.